Well, we all know the last few weeks have been pretty
tough.
Unbearably cold, not only affecting us, but hindering our cars as well.
Yeah, did your car not start? What can you do if you park outside in the wintertime? We're going to find out. We got some questions.
It's a special day. Peter's out of town this week, so joining us is his daughter once again, Amanda Fink.
It's
Welcome
a special
back.
day, right? Because Amanda's
day.
here. Not
I
because
know.
Peter's gone, because Amanda's here.
I know. I was excited.
Right.
I get to see you again. My parents took a late holiday vacation, so I get to be here. So
Well, welcome back.
Thanks.
We're excited. Lots to talk about today. We're going to start out with the car questions.
Yep.
Dave is first up, and he asks, when it got so cold this past weekend, my 1997 Dodge Ram wouldn't start. I eventually got it to crank, but I'm wondering if there's anything I can do to keep it running in this cold weather. Unfortunately, I do not have a garage.
Well, there are probably a ton of people that have this exact same question. There's a lot of people that have garages and still just don't even park in them, you know?
Right.
So, and even if you are in your garage, it's still super cold in there. But there are a few different things that you can do. So there's what's called a block heater for your engine block that can actually help. It kind of, I mean, those are if you're really wanting to take good care of your vehicle. Some of them are super easy that you can install yourself. Some of them, there's actually a freeze plug that are the best kind that you have to get installed. They're not terribly expensive or anything, but I mean, it's a little extra work to have to do that. Another thing that you can do that I feel like I always talk about when I'm on here is full synthetic fluids. They're really much better for your vehicle. They can withstand hotter temperatures, colder temperatures. They last longer. We put them in all of our own vehicles, our fleet vehicles. My car has all synthetic fluids. Plus, you don't have to get your oil changed near as often.
Which is very nice.
And they also have synthetic fluids for your transmission too. So we recommend doing that as well. And don't forget your battery. Your battery is super important in the winter, not just the battery, but the cables too. So
If your battery gets low, it really shows up in cold weather.
Yep, it does. And I mean, even like I said, the cables can be eroded. We actually work on those at our shop, surprisingly. It's not transmission related, but it's very important to make sure your transmission's working properly, that it's getting enough battery.
Oh, great tips. Okay, let's get this next question. It comes from Beverly, and she says, I have a 2005 Ford Explorer. When I pull off fast, or especially when I go in reverse fast, I feel a thump coming from somewhere from the middle to the front of the car. I can also feel it when I'm easing off the gas pedal. It's hard to describe, but I'm hoping you might have an idea of what's going on here. And I think it's kind of that, she feels like a jump or something like that.
Yep, we see this all the time, and lots of times people think that it's transmission related, and it's not necessarily transmission related.
It's not.
Don't.
So I
It
would've
might
thought
not
it
be.
would've been, yeah.
It might. There's probably a small chance it
Yeah.
could be, but actually more likely it's probably something with U-joints. Being that it's a four-wheel drive vehicle, it could be U-joints, something with the drivetrain, which would be transmission related. It could be a mount though. I mean, your engine has all these different mounts in your transmission to keep everything working properly, so that it's not moving while you're driving. And if one of those mounts breaks, then you'll feel like your whole engine block kind of like moving sometimes. And so that's what it could be also. There's probably about half a dozen different things it could be, but I definitely would not jump to it being a transmission problem.
Yeah.
The good thing is that is something that any of those things it could be, we work on at our shop. So just doing our Certicare evaluation, we'd be able to figure out what it is.
Great information there.
Yep.
Well, Robert's last, and his is, there's no air blowing out when I put on the front defrost in my 2014 Subaru Legacy. Heater works great on mid and bottom controls. There's lots of heat and air. But on defrost, I can hear the blower blowing, but no air is coming out in the windshield area. What could be going on?
That would be terrible to be happening right now in the winter.
Yes.
My defrost was having a hard time keeping up even just this past week or two. The good thing is that most likely it's just a blender door. It's underneath the dash, and they're on a 2014, it's probably electronically controlled, so it's just it's not telling whatever vent you're selecting, the door isn't opening properly, is all hopefully it is. There's actually a really good Subaru shop, Russ's Garage, that works on only Subarus. So they would probably know exactly what it is. GM has lots of those issues. I've never really heard of Subarus having those problems, but hopefully it's nothing too major.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it.
I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2004. It was been a number of years, but the heater wasn't working. It wasn't blowing out. You could hear it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't blowing out. There was a tube that popped off under the hood and just popped off the thing. You slid it back on, and then the
simple.
hood, voila, came back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you get super lucky and it can just be a fuse or
Right.
something simple. Yeah, it's nice when those type of small things happen.
Well, thanks for answering those car questions.
Yeah.
We want to ask you about something because you're doing something pretty cool. You're
Yeah.
participating in dancing with the Omaha Stars. Have you been practicing?
I have been. So actually, I got to take Kelly's place.
Yes,
So I was the runner-up.
I started
Yeah.
my wrist. I have a bad wrist. I might have to have surgery later this year, so I'm going to forego till next year. I'm going to judge instead. So you had a little bit less practice time then.
Yeah, not
little.
too bad though. So we have the same, I mean, you started with Onhill, and
Yeah.
so Onhill's my
Instructor.
professional dancer.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He is
and,
good.
I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't look near as cool as you doing this, but I'm trying. Yeah, we've done like 6 or 7 different practices, so it's coming up here in February. So I'm super excited.
What are you
because-
dancing? What's the
What
dance?
style? Do you know?
Yeah, West Coast swing.
Oh, he loves that. He wanted me to do that too. Oh, I kind of remember it. We could get up and dance a bit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't make me nervous.
So do you know your costume and the song? I'm
We're gonna
assuming,
keep
and-
it pretty casual. He actually wants me to wear flats with which I'm like, really?
'Cause it's fast,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. It's a super quick beat and stuff with lots of spins. I'm working on my balance and everything, but it'll be a lot of fun, you know, raising for charity. So this year it's the charity they chose is Teammates. So I think Tom Osborne's supposed to be there as one of the judges too. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, yeah,
I know. I'm
excited
pretty
to judge
excited.
and see your finished product and performance. And
I
it'll be
know.
a lot of
We'll have to
fun.
make sure we get video, and then we'll show it on next time she's here. Certified Transmission, 5 area locations, certifiedtransmission.com. Thanks, Amanda. Good to see you.
Yes,
you.
Good luck.
Good
And
luck
don't
with
break
the
a leg,
training.
but we don't want that. Good luck.
Yep. Thank you.
I guess